Hey guys, Chaos here. In my recent article at Halo Diehards Developing Halo 5 Strategies for Teams, I talk about watching videos to better assess your and your team's strengths and weaknesses, and I wanted to provide an example. Here's a game I was in recently with BigBadMike, Wuzz Ranger, and Silent, where we lost, and I've gone back to determine if there is anything we can do differently next time to increase our chances of the win. I've got it set up where we can watch all 4 players at the same time. It's a little disorienting at first, but it only took me a couple of minutes before I was able to use the multiple points of view to assess at a glance what went wrong. The game starts out, and first off, Wuzz goes down to Tram, one of the 2 strongholds we've determined are the best to hold on to this map. I make a beeline for Blue Bin, which is the base where we are supposed to leave for the enemy, followed by Silent, who's just learning our strategies, and I am leading him astray. We make our way back to our team and start to set up, holding Tram and Pit. Now we've got our strongholds locked down and we're doing a great job of holding the enemy at bay. As you can see, we're all defending our bases. Since you rack points in strongholds by how many bases you hold, we want to hold on to those 2 as long as we can so there is no interruption to our points gathering. We all move naturally into positions where we are covering each base in response to enemy movement, taking turns covering each base as we focus on lanes of travel, the routes they will be coming at us from. You can't hear our team communication. I'll be able to add this in soon in future videos, but we are calling out enemy positions, specifically when they are overwhelming an area and we need to clear them out. At this point, the enemy is hitting Pit hard and not bothering too much with Tram, so I am focusing a lot of my attention on Pit while still keeping an eye on Tram. Mike and Wuzz are focusing primarily on Pit, secure that I am covering Tram, and will call out if we are in jeopardy of losing Tram. Even after they capture Pit and start amassing points, we are still focusing heavily on protecting our home spawn before we push into Pit. This allows us to continue to hold down this corner of the map and our preferred spawn. We clear out Tram and move into taking back Pit. The game starts to change when we lose focus on Tram and are focusing on Pit. Mike, Silent, and I are all down at Pit, and Wuzz is covering it from a window above. As you can see, no one is at Tram. At this point, it's been fairly easy to control the map, and we have twice as many points, but it's a mistake to drop the ball. Red team takes our home spawn. Here's where our team strategy really starts to fall apart. Silent and I spawn halfway between the 2 home strongholds. We both get turned around for a second before making our way back towards our home spawn. Mike has come up to home spawn, leaving Pit vulnerable, and Wuzz is battling the enemy on the opposite side of the map from our bases. We capture back our home base but simultaneously lose Pit. Our team has come back together, but Pit is swarming with enemy, and now they've taken the lead. Silent once again spawns halfway between bases because the enemy is invading our spawn and has to spend precious seconds making his way back. The enemy has more spawn options closer to Pit since they own it, and they push in faster than we can, taking out Mike and Wuzz, finally pushing all the way into our home base, taking it as well. Mike, Wuzz, and Silent make a concerted effort pushing in to retake Tram, but Red Team is spawning all around them and pinches them in the flank, taking them out. We push back hard, taking our desired stronghold again. But by now, Red Team has more than twice our points. Silent is holding Pit, I'm covering Pit and Tram from left side. Mike is covering Pit and Tram low right side, and Wuzz is covering Tram high right. We are all engaged in battle simultaneously, proving we're where we need to be. But too many of us are taken out and our home base is taken. Here we should have sent someone down to protect Pit while the rest of us fought for Tram, so we got our home spawn back, but once again we lost Pit. A few well-placed grenades by the enemy and we are respawning halfway across the map again, giving the enemy time to once again take our home spawn. Here we bunch up in a doorway to Tram. Perhaps we could have pushed in from both sides, attempting to flank and overwhelm them. So we lost this one, but we fought hard to a man. Watching this film, I'm proud of my team this game. I see our focus and how on point we were most of the time, backing each other up and being where we were most needed. I've learned more about our strengths and weaknesses and will be able to make better callouts of priorities during battle. And I've learned more about where my own playstyle can be strengthened. I saw myself take chances even though I knew it takes way longer to respawn than to back off a second and let my shields recharge. And I saw myself losing focus on the bases we held while fighting for the ones we didn't. There you have it. It's that easy to assess a video. You don't have to watch your whole team. You can learn a lot just by watching your own gameplay. The most important thing is to not judge, just observe changes you can make on the path to taking your game to the next level. Thanks for watching. Catch you online.